In this part of the lecture, we'll explore the concept of white balance, how to adjust it manually and automatically, and its impact on different lighting scenarios. White balance is a camera setting that adjusts the color balance of the image, ensuring that the whites appear white and all other colors are represented accurately under different lighting conditions. Different light sources emit light at different color temperatures, which can cause an image to appear too warm, orange, red, or too cool, blue. The human eye naturally adjusts to different lighting conditions, making white objects appear white regardless of the light source. However, cameras need help to replicate this adjustment, which is where white balance comes in. Correctly setting the white balance is crucial because it ensures that the colors in your footage are true to life, preserving the intended mood and atmosphere of the scene. White balance is measured in Kelvin, a unit that describes the color temperature of light. The Kelvin scale ranges from warm, low temperature light around 200–300 Kelvin, such as candlelight or tungsten bulbs, to cool, high temperature light up to 10,000 Kelvin, like overcast daylight or clear blue skies. For example, typical indoor lighting like tungsten bulbs has a color temperature of around 3200 Kelvin, giving off a warm yellowish hue. Daylight, on the other hand, has a color temperature around 5600 Kelvin, which is considered neutral and closest to natural sunlight. Understanding these temperatures is essential when setting white balance because it allows you to compensate for the color cast that different lighting conditions might introduce. For instance, if you're filming under tungsten bulbs without adjusting white balance, your footage may have an orange tint. Correcting the white balance to around 3200 Kelvin will neutralize this effect, rendering colors more accurately. Conversely, shooting under daylight with an incorrect white balance set for tungsten lighting could result in a blue cast over the footage. The goal of adjusting white balance is to make sure that the white areas of your scene appear white, which will in turn correct the rest of the colors. Most cameras come equipped with several white balance presets to help quickly adjust for common lighting conditions. These presets include settings like daylight, tungsten, fluorescent, cloudy, shade, and auto white balance. Daylight 4600K, ideal for shooting in natural sunlight. It's designed to counteract the cool tones of daylight to produce neutral colors. Tungsten 3200K, suited for indoor settings with tungsten lighting. This preset adds cool tones to balance the warm yellowish light of tungsten bulbs. Fluorescent around 4000K, compensates for the greenish tint that fluorescent light often produces, rendering a more natural color in your footage. Cloudy 6500K adds warmth to your shots, ideal for cloudy days where the light tends to be cooler. Shade 8000K, used when shooting in shaded areas. This setting compensates for the cooler tones by adding warmth. After white balance, the camera automatically adjusts the white balance based on its assessment of the scene, which is convenient but not always accurate, especially in mixed lighting conditions. While presets are useful, manual white balance adjustment gives you the most control and accuracy, especially in complex lighting scenarios. To manually set white balance, cinematographers often use a white or gray card to capture a reference point for the camera. The camera uses this reference point to adjust its white balance, ensuring that the color in your scene are true to life. This is particularly useful when shooting in mixed lighting conditions when multiple light sources with different color temperatures are present. For example, if you're shooting in a room with both tungsten lighting and daylight coming through a window, manually setting the white balance can help balance these competing light sources. Manual white balance adjustment can also be essential in situations where the lighting is unconventional, such as neon lights or other colored lighting sources. By taking control of white balance manually, you ensure that your footage remains consistent and accurate in color, no matter the lighting condition. Developing a habit of checking and adjusting white balance manually will lead to more professional, polished, and visually appealing results in your films. White balance is crucial for true-to-life color presentation. Sometimes cinematographers deliberately adjust it to achieve a specific creative effect. For example, setting the white balance a cooler color temperature than the actual lighting can create a cold, desaturated look which might be used to evoke feelings of isolation or sadness. Conversely, setting the white balance to a warmer temperature can create a cozy, nostalgic atmosphere, which might be used in scenes meant to convey warmth and comfort. Creative manipulation of white balance allows filmmakers to reinforce the emotional tone of a scene without relying solely on the post-production color grading. However, it's important to use these adjustments right, as extremely changes in white balance can lead to unnatural-looking footage if not handled carefully. By mastering both the technical and creative aspects of white balance, you can ensure that your cinematography not only looks professional, but also aligns with the artistic vision of your project. Adjusting white balance manually using a white paper. First, set your camera to manual mode or a mode that allows manual white balance adjustments. To manually set the white balance, you will need a clean neutral white piece of paper. The white paper acts as a reference point for your camera to determine what true white should look like under the current lighting condition. Place the white paper in the same lighting that your subject will be in. The paper should be illuminated by the same light sources that are lighting your scene. Hold or place the paper so that it fills the interior frame of your camera's viewfinder or LCD screen. It's crucial that the paper cover the entire frame to avoid capturing any other colors that could skew the white balance. If your camera is set to autofocus, you might need to switch to manual focus for this step. This ensures that the camera focuses properly on the paper, as the autofocus system might struggle with a completely white scene. Navigate to your camera's white balance settings. Look for an option that allows you to set the white balance manually, often labeled as custom white balance or manual white balance. With the white paper in a frame, take a picture or use the camera built-in function to capture the white reference. The camera will analyze the white paper under the current lighting conditions and adjust the white balance settings accordingly. This captures data, tells the camera how to interpret the colors in your scene so they appear natural and accurate. After capturing the white reference, the camera will either automatically set the white balance based on this reference or prompt you to confirm the adjustment. Confirm the setting to apply the custom white balance to your shots. After setting the white balance, take a test shot of your scene and review the image on your camera screen. Check that the colors look natural and true to light. If the colors still appear off, you may need to adjust the lighting or reposition the white paper and repeat the process. Once you are satisfied with the white balance, lock it in your shot. This custom white balance setting will remain in effect until you change it or reset the camera, ensuring consistent color accuracy throughout your session. If your lighting conditions change, such as moving to a different location, changing the light sources, or switching between indoor and outdoor environment, you'll need to repeat the white balance to adjust it manually to ensure continued accuracy.
To set a custom white balance on your Sony a7 IV, press Menu, go down to Exposure/Color, then go over to number 4, White Balance. Then go over to white balance, click it, and scroll down to the custom settings. To set the custom white balance, press over on the control wheel to get to set, and then click the center button and an orange box appears. I like to put a gray card or white index card in the frame in the area I have lit. Then you press the center button on the wheel and this captures the white balance. Press the center button again and now your custom white balance is locked in.
Pay attention to the recap questions because they will help reinforce your understanding of the key concepts we've covered. Take the time to review and think critically about the material.